Well, regular viewers of my channel will be aware of the fact that Keir Starmer's Labour Party have been posting some pretty dismal poll ratings. But this latest YouGov poll that has just come out really is pretty damning of where the Labour Party is, with the Conservatives having a chunky lead. And there's a real set of numbers in here that haven't been discussed much that I'm going to highlight in this video, which I think tell their own story. But before I get going, guys, as ever, please make sure you've hit subscribe and the bell, and give this video a big thumbs up as well. I'm going to be doing lots of analysis, of course, as May's elections, bumper set of elections, fast approach, and I'd really appreciate it if you hit subscribe and the bell so you don't miss future reports here on my channel. Now, to give the context of this YouGov poll, we see that between the 25th and 26th of February, the Conservatives were on 41% with YouGov and Labour were on 36%. Fast forward to the 3rd and 4th of March, the Conservatives up to 45, Labour on just 32. That, of course, being a 13-point lead. Pretty dismal for the Labour Party. And there's a couple of numbers that I think are even more worrying for the Labour Party and that show you how much they've obliterated their own support with their woke agenda. But before we get onto that, I just want to highlight some other figures in here, because you have got Reform UK on 3 here, and you've also got the Greens ahead of the Liberal Democrats at 7 to 6%. Why so high? Well, if you look at if you drill down into these poll numbers, 8% of 2019 Labour voters have switched to the Greens, and the Lib Dems, who I just think are complete non-entities, at 12% of 2019 Lib Dem voters now have switched to the Green Party, intend to vote for the Green Party, and the Green Party polling ahead of the Lib Dems. But the figures I really want to highlight here is this, that when you look at the class split, so when you look at middle class voters in this poll, it's a narrow lead for the Conservatives. So the Conservative have the support of, and this is out of a sample of nearly 1,000 middle class voters, Conservatives on 40% and Labour on 36%. So just a 4-point lead there among middle class voters for the Tories. But here's the really interesting part. Over 700 working class voters in this sample. The Conservatives on 52% with working class voters in this poll, compared to Labour on just 27%. That represents a 25-point poll lead for the Conservatives over the Labour Party. And I would argue that this just shows you the Labour legacy that we've seen of recent years, sort of London-centric, middle class, obsessed with woke identity politics. The public are simply rejecting it in their droves. And as I say, the Conservatives now have the support of 52% of working class voters. That's really interesting. And this is personal, because if you look at Keir Starmer's own personal ratings here, when it comes to the best Prime Minister question, who would make the best Prime Minister, you see that Boris Johnson's on 36% versus Starmer on 28%. So that's an 8-point lead for Boris over Starmer, with a third of voters, 33%, currently undecided. So that gives you some idea of where we are in terms of the Conservatives versus Labour. As I said, some pretty damning numbers in there for Keir Starmer's Labour Party. And as I said, the number that really stands out to me there is a 25-point poll lead for the Conservatives over Labour when it comes to working class voters. I think it shows you once again that the direction Labour have taken, obsessed with identity politics, obsessed with the woke agenda, is completely out of step with mainstream Britain. But hey guys, let me know what you think of these numbers. Do let me know your thoughts on all of this down below. And as ever, if you've enjoyed this report, if you found it helpful and informative, please do give this video a big thumbs up. Would really appreciate that. And if you want to support my channel here, support my work, do hit the join button. See the link in the top pinned comment. Would really appreciate you becoming a member here on the channel. And of course, guys, as ever, thanks so much for watching.